and welcome back to my channel. My channel's name is Speculative Magpie, and I, of course, am Misty. And we are once again back to talk about books and things. Well, we're kind of here to talk about what I did today. And what I did today was I went to the 6th annual Detroit Book Festival. I went with my brother and my sister-in-law and had a great time. It's for one day, just today, and it was at the East Market, Shed 5, and guys, it was hella crowded. I did not take any video while I was there because you were just trying to pay attention to what was going on and fight for your place in front of the tables. It was fun though. I went with the budget, a very tight budget, and I came back with a little book haul. And do you guys want to see what I got? So first off, when you first walked in, admission was free. You could just, go in whichever open side that you wanted and just start browsing. And so we got there and made our way into the throng of people moving forward. And a lot of the books there at most of the tables were really not books that I was all that interested in. They were, a lot of older cookbooks, a lot of older magazines. There were a lot of biographies, a lot of books on World War One and Two, and, just books that I wasn't there to find. But as I walked around, I found some really cool artists, local artists that did a lot of, really cool Gothic type art and prints and things. But I wasn't there for that. That was cool though, so it was nice to see. There were a lot of, vinyl and CDs and things like that. There was even the occasional board game that was hanging out. But not gonna lie, I was getting kind of disappointed. And then I rounded one of the corners and I saw a table that had a whole bunch of R.L. Stine and a bunch of older horror books. So that was awesome. There were some, special edition Lord of the Rings and things like that, but I left those alone. I have a couple editions of The Fellowship of the Ring and The Hobbit and this Silmarillion that I really wasn't looking at that, although there was a really nice, gilded, leather-bound The Silmarillion that was really pretty, but I didn't want to blow my budget on one book. So, yeah, I checked out that horror table and I came away with 2 older books, both published in 1981, both from the Berkeley Publishing House. One is The Keep. I just hadn't picked up a copy of this book. So I really wanted a copy and I found it and the price was reasonable. So I thought I'd snag it. And then, The Hobgoblin. This is one of those older books that I've seen floating around and I just had never picked it up to read it or to own a copy or what have you. I do like the cover. Has that definite inside freaky paintings that were real popular back then. Just thought it was really cool. And also next to this table was also a really cool comic book table. had some older comic books, had some local comic books, had a copy of, the first Sandman comic book, which, really made me chuckle because I was reading Sandman when it first came out. I was reading it when it was in the individual books, not like all together in omnibus paperback kind of thing. And they were selling that first comic book for $150. Ugh. Just kind of makes you just roll your eyes and laugh at yourself because, those had been lost in a move a long time ago. So that was kind of fun to see. No Poisoned Elves, though, another comic book I read right around then. Really missed those. Those were a lot of fun, too. And so I just kept wandering around. My brother and sister-in-law and I had gotten separated by this time. There was no way not to. So I was wandering around, and then I rounded the corner into the next aisle, and then I found the table for the Great Lakes Horror Writers Association, and I picked up a couple of their zines. This one is a 4-issue omnibus of Erie Tales, Erie, like Lake Erie, because, Great Lakes, just in case I needed to remind you about, Great Lakes National Horror Writers Association. And then I picked up Nightmares, which is another horror zine put out by them. This one, you're given a real-life person, and all the stories have to take place in Flint, which sounded pretty cool, so I grabbed up one of these to check out. And so it was really just really neat finding that table. And by that time, my sister-in-law, my brother, and I's anxiety was starting to spike, so it was time for us to get out of there. Plus, I had blown almost all of my money, so it was time to go. But as we were leaving, I found a small publishing table. The publishing company is Scribe Publishing. Let's see if you can see that there. Okay, can I help it out? Come on. Pretend it's makeup. Oh well. But yeah, Scribe Publishing, and I picked up one of their YA novels. They had this series and some middle grade. So I picked up the YA just to check out. And so I picked up Thunderstone by Barbara Patron. So yeah, thought I'd check them out. I just love small press and everything. So yeah, that was a lot of fun to go to the book festival. Detroit's not that far from me, so my brother was willing to take me because my husband was working today. And we had a good time. Went to out to lunch, drove by Motown, Hit Town, or Motown Records. That was cool to see. We didn't go in because it was really busy and we were on our way home, and I think all of us were just done with peopling for the day. And yeah, so that was my day today. Going to the book festival, doing a little quick roundabout tour of Detroit, and then heading home. I'm still doing The Artist's Way. I'm on week 2. Starts today. The 3 pages are a bitch and a half to get through. I'm hoping they'll get easier as I go along. I still have to edit my end of the year freakout tag about the books that I've read this year. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for coming back to talk about books, things, and festivals, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.